It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the Colts and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Goff. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
That's pulled in at the 32. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now it's gone. Looking sideline, incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. K'Lavon Chaisson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And his kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in week 1. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This is the tight end fan. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. And he fires one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase there to make the grab. And the Black Knights have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. On first down, it's gone. In trouble, and he's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Goff, he finds his man, complete. That's Crawford. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On third down, here's Taylor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener, as it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Some good games starting in the early window on Sunday, and one of the big ones features the New England Patriots, as they'll square off against the visiting Houston Texans. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Tennessee Titans. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there, between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for our home team, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Eluding the pressure right.
And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 41-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Brought down by D.J. Wanham.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 18.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Laviska Shenault
there to make the grab.
And the Black Knights are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Welcome back now here in London. From the 29, Goff. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the fourth quarter. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the 38, Goff. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Desperation time for Goff on fourth. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another tote for Etienne. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's a give to Etienne. Runs through the contact. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A handoff for Etienne. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Black Knights are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. On first and 10, Goff. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the home team here, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.